Hi, my name is Mindy Russell, and I'm here today to talk to you about Chapter 6, Reduce the Noise and Capture the Signal. That is, of course, an electrical engineer slogan. It makes a lot of sense because reducing the noise and capturing the signal is truly at the heart of mindful communication. One of the reasons that I chose this chapter was because it really represents everything that I aspire to be as a leader. The things that really get in the way of that, of course, in our daily life are distractions. Early on in my career, I learned that the worst thing that you could ever do to another person is to be present and yet not be present for them in a situation. Early on in my teaching career, a young girl came to me and she told me that her mother was dying of cancer. I wasn't the only one in the room at the time. This was probably about 17 years ago. And another woman that was in the room was very distracted by a cell phone. And when somebody is sharing their life with you, that cell phone is just not that important. That young lady's mom did pass away. Of the two people in that room, though, the one with the cell phone in her hand wasn't the one she contacted when she needed to talk. So technology is a huge distraction for us, and it can be on many levels. Externally, you have your job, your family, other things that can be big distractions, and yet also are some of the things that we love the most. Internally, we can be our own distraction. A lot of us get in our heads too much, and we let the things internally take over, and they become hard to fight. Directing your attention. Mindful leadership training, 4 steps that have become really integral for me are that pause, being open to where you are, to listen deeply, and speak your truth. I have 2 examples of this. And one of them, in a meeting with Siemens Corporation at the beginning of this class, the thing that kept bringing me back to the first 3 chapters that we were reading, or really resonated, I guess, with me in the beginning, was listening deeply when somebody is there in front of you. And I am one of those people that if you have stopped discussing something that in a meeting, or you have gone on one point for way too long, I can get distracted so easily. With that internal, as far as that goes, my mind will start to wander. I say there are squirrels running through. My other example is very, very recently. I was able to practice just having that pause and being open to where I was for an entire day when COVID-19 started. We had to call a mandatory departmental meeting, which meant 89 employees had to come and listen to me for an evening and give me 3 hours of their time. In the past, these meetings have always, disturbed me on a level, because people play with their phones and they don't listen, and then later they don't know what went on. This day, I remember to pause, remember to be present. I listened deeply, and I spoke my truth that day. And through many situations that took place from 8 o'clock that morning, or really 7 o'clock, till about 9 o'clock that night, I think things went better on that day due to mindful leadership, just to be honest. How do I learn mindful communication? Daily, you have to apply it daily. You really do. Some of the greatest things that I've learned have been meditation and just taking a pause, just taking that mental break and centering myself. hey, you have to listen to yourself. One of the most important things in here to me are the acceptance, the empathy, suspending your judgment. Letting go is very much becoming a big factor as we go through. Listening to others. This is one of the most important things that we do. The noise of multitasking. We can always tell when somebody is not listening to us. One of the worst things you can do as a leader, which I've sat and watched this in real life form, is be listening but looking at your phone, answering emails, taking texts that are going on in other parts of your world, because the people that are in that room know that your focus is split, which means you're not hearing them. And then you stop actually communicating. When we listen, we need to stop all those outer actions. And one of the things that I really started to do is I turn my phone face down, I put my pen down, and the person has my attention. This is truly due to mindful leadership. And we must remember that the person in front of you is just not a box to be checked. Thank you for listening to me today, and have a great rest of your semester. Thank you.